Hello everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing a mystery unboxing. So this is later than I really wished that this would have gone up, but it's because it sort of fell in the middle of me having a baby and a newborn at that. So like having to go to the hospital, have the baby, and she is now 6 weeks old, so like it's just taken me a while to get on top of things. But basically, Unplugged book box a couple months ago now had a mystery box sale, and apparently they've done this in the past, but I had never done it before, but I was very curious about it, and they said that this time was a little bit different than what they had done previously. This time I don't know how much they had done in the past, but this time we had a survey that we could fill out once we had purchased a box. There were 3 different box options. There was a small, medium, and large option. I picked medium just because that felt right. I don't know what's in here, obviously, but we had a survey that we could do. And so once they had these boxes go on sale, I did the survey. I did this back in the middle of June, like I think June 15th or so, and we had to answer a few different questions. So we obviously had to fill in our name and our email because they had to connect it to the order that we purchased. But then we also got to answer what boxes we had received previously from them, because I think this is all items from like previous boxes that they've done. We had to pick if we prefer adult fiction or YA. I think I almost picked both, but I picked adult because that's what I would prefer to read. And then we also got to decide how much spice we wanted in our book. I picked some, but not an intricate part of the story, because I don't mind it, but I do like it to not be the focus. And then we were picking books also that seemed to appeal most to us, or TV shows that appealed most to us, so I did pick The Troop. I also picked like a university sort of setting. I think I picked Ace of Spades. So like books that I had wanted to read but I hadn't yet. One of the other things, like, what do you not leave home without? A water bottle for sure. I live in Arizona, it's always something I need. If you could travel to any fictional location, where would you choose? I obviously picked Middle Earth. I mean, I had to pick that. If you were to create a new perfume scent, you could pick 2 to 4 scents. What would you pick? There were a lot of different options for this one, and I definitely feel like I picked stuff that I normally wouldn't want to smell in a scent. Like I picked cookies and coffee, and I think chocolate, but normally in a scent I would want something that is a little bit more musky. And then we also had picked 2 more books from this list that you are interested in. I actually picked 2 books that I have read before, so we'll see how that goes for me. I picked Delilah Green and Every Heart a Doorway, but I know for a fact I love those, 5 out of 5 stars, so I was hoping that would give me books that I would like. What is a good way to relax? And obviously I picked cozy up in bed and watch my favorite TV show. I don't usually like read in the bath, although that could be a good option. What other things do you like doing? Like gaming, and then they had some like TV show type of things again. So they're trying to get a sense of your interests and the things that you like, just sort of based on not just books, which I thought was a great idea. Although they did have, you know, book questions as well. So I prefer my books to be magical and escapist, definitely. And then if I had too many of something, but I definitely still want more, mugs for sure. I have so many mugs. You arrive home from a horrible day of work or school. What do you do? Cook something yummy. And then you've been granted a chance to take a vacation to one of the following destinations. Where would you go? So there were some things on here that I probably would love to do, but Australia is on the top of my list. And then that was basically it for the survey. So after I filled that in, that was, like I said, around June 15th or so. We just sort of waited for them to get everything together and then ship it out. So I think this actually came either while I was in the hospital having Elliot, or like right after we came home. And it came in this box that has Fragile all over it, which is cool, but it didn't actually say like who it was from whatsoever. So it actually is cut open, although I have not peeked, even though this came either at the very end of June or beginning of July. So like, it's the middle of August now. It has been sitting in my house for a while, but I didn't realize what it was until I cut it open, and it did have this on top. So blind date mystery box from Unplugged book box. So this is the first annual blind date mystery box, and then it explains a little bit about their company because they did begin in 2018. And then how do we choose your book? We did our best to understand which genres you prefer and what kinds of storylines we think you might enjoy based on the answers you provided on the personality quiz. This book might have been from our stock, or we may have purchased it from an online bookstore. Interesting. I thought everything was from their previous stock, but I guess not necessarily. Products were chosen based on your answers to the personality quiz as well. They were all products previously featured in our monthly boxes or special edition boxes, and we hope we nailed it for you. And that should be about it. So I knew products were coming from previous boxes, and I have had Unplugged book boxes in the past, but they did ask about like anything from the last year at least, and I haven't had anything for the last year, so I'm assuming most of these things will be things that I haven't had before, but I'm very curious. You guys got to see what the quiz sort of looked like, and now we have a mystery box. So the first thing I see here is a candle, which looks like this here. Let's see, it says, okay, can you sit down for just a second? You can help me too, I promise. The Baldarian Empire. So it's agave, violet, and rebellion, which is interesting. Let's see if we can open this up. Okay, the scent is actually definitely something I would like. It's a little bit musky. It has an orange color, and it has like some sort of crystally things on top as well. Truthfully, I'm not sure what fandom this is supposed to be for, and I don't know if we're gonna have any sort of like, oh, this is your spoilers of what it's for, so I might be looking things up. Okay, so just looking this up based on this, the name, it looks like it's from The Unbroken, which is a book I do have somewhere down here because this is actually my TBR shelves. Elliot is sleeping out in the front room with Daddy right now, taking a nap, so we're in here, and I have not read it yet. So the next thing we have is in some bubble wrap, so this might be one of the things, or the thing that was fragile, since we did have those stickers all over the box. Okay, so this is going to be an Alice in Wonderland, obviously inspired bottle. It says drink me, so this would be really cute like as a shelf thing, you know, to have on your shelf, a decoration.
Show camera.
I'm gonna let Presley show the camera, even though usually he's not allowed to hold anything that's glass.
Good job.
Good job. Okay. Okay. The next thing fell out of the plastic, but it looks like it's like one of those old-fashioned things to like snuff candles, right? That's what it looks like to me. So the next thing we have here, I'm not actually sure what it is. It's very big. It feels like a mouse pad. Like the bottom is like a rubbery grip. I wonder if this is maybe like for a keyboard thing. I don't know. I love the look of the library though, because you can definitely see it looks like a cool library. But the reason I couldn't tell if this is a mouse pad or not is it has this on it. Although on the back it does say mouse pad. And I like that it's huge. Like that is so cool. But I don't entirely know what this part is for at all. And I think it came with a charger cable. So I don't know if it's supposed to light up. Oh, maybe that's what this is. There's like clear all the way around. Maybe it is a light up mouse pad. Okay. If it is, that's extra cool. But like I said, I think it's so cool that it's so large in the first place, and I love the library scene. Okay, I think we're on the last item before the book, and it looks to be some sort of like maybe like a storage bag. So it is a sort of storage bag. I like that it has metal all the way around the top, and it is a very like stiff canvas, so it pops up very easily. The front says, remember, it's only a game. And the back one says, welcome to Carval. I have not read this series. It's not something that I'm planning on reading, but I like the design. And you can always use items like storage items with office stuff, book stuff, or baby stuff. Okay, and like I said, I think we're down to the book. It came in this really cute lemon paper. It feels like a hardcover. I have absolutely no idea what they would have picked for me based on my answers. But let's see. Oh, let's be surprised together. What do we have in here? Interesting. Okay. By Force Alone by Levi Tidhar. Destiny can be claimed. I have never heard of this. Interesting. King Arthur's legend boldly reimagined by award-winning author as Excalibur colliding with Scarface. Okay, I have to admit, I had a really big King Arthur phase, like back when Merlin was still coming out with seasons. I read some really old King Arthur sort of stuff. I don't particularly think this fits some of my questions. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what it says. Okay. Everyone thinks they know the story of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. The fact is they don't know shit. Interesting, okay. Arthur, an over-promoted gangster. Merlin, an eldritch parasite. Excalibur, a shady deal with a watery arms dealer. Britain, a clogged sewer that Rome abandoned just as soon as it could. A savage and cutting epic fantasy, equally poetic and profane. It's a timely political satire, a magical adventure, and a subversive masterwork. I'm very hesitant about this one. I actually do not think this is a book for me. I don't like gangsters. I'm not particularly into epic fantasy. I definitely prefer a little bit more urban fantasy, paranormal fantasy. I mean, I know I picked Middle Earth, but I feel like that is not the same as this. And I don't like poetic writing. So if that's what we're going with this, it's very disappointing. And again, the books that I picked, I don't know. I'm so confused. Like, I feel like out of everything that they had on this list for the survey, which is where I am right now, the books that intrigue you the most, I picked The Troop, which is like a horror. Then I picked Ace of Spades, which is like a dark academia thriller, I think. Then I picked Delilah Green Doesn't Care and Every Heart a Doorway. Delilah Green Doesn't Care is a sapphic romance. Every Heart a Doorway is a like fantabulism, portal fantasy sort of thing. I did not pick a single epic fantasy on here, even for like some of the shows and stuff that they picked. I picked Stranger Things. This also does not appear to be a book that they ever had in one of their boxes because it has an overstock mark on it. So this is probably something they received from something, and I will be truthful, I'm very disappointed in this book. The items, I like the scent of the candle. I really am into the mouse pad. The bottle's okay. I have no idea what I'm actually gonna do with it except for maybe put it on the shelf. And then this obviously came with the candle. I'm assuming that's what I'm supposed to use it for. The book though, I don't think this fits. I'm curious why they picked it. Besides the fact that I had a King Arthur phase like 10 years ago, I don't think this fits. Okay, so it's actually been a couple days since I last filmed, and I've been having thoughts about this unboxing. So I did actually reach out to Unplugged Book Box to ask what their logic was for picking the book that they picked for me. Because I know I mentioned this, I think, after I sort of like looked at the book and everything, but I don't think the things that I answered in the survey lend well to a type of book like that. There were multiple books in multiple different questions that were more epic fantasy type stuff, and I did not pick a single one of them. So I'm disappointed in the book choice, and they have not reached back out to me yet. It's only been a couple days, so we'll see if they do, because I would love to know what the logic is, and if they do answer, I'll probably put it in the bio down below so you guys know what they say. But in general, I think the only item that I'm really excited about is the gigantic mouse pad. And I do think that one fits pretty well for the question of like, if you had to pick a setting for a book or a movie, like where would it be? And I picked like a dark academia, like the picture looked like a library, that kind of thing. Like that fits for me. And I like the idea of it. I actually did light it up as well because it has like a USB port that you can light up. It looks so cool. And it's a huge mouse pad. Like that's awesome. But I also ended up looking up some videos that I could find, and I only found a few of them, of people unboxing this box. And nobody else had their survey in the video, so I have no idea what they answered. Nobody had the same book as me. But one thing that I did notice is that people were getting mugs and water bottles. And this is not a big deal, but two of the questions that I answered, one was, what do you never leave the house without? And I put water bottle. And then the one was like, what do you love to collect that you have too much of but you can't stop collecting? And I put mugs. I did not get a single water bottle or a mug. I got a flask-ish type of thing, like an Alice in Wonderland drink me type of thing, which I think is a good shelf item, but it's not practical to use. So the fact that I put two different drinkware items in my survey and did not receive a single one, but other people did, again, is a little iffy. Then we received a candle. I do like the scent of the candle, but I realized again afterwards, after filming, that they asked about what kind of scents you like, and I put bakery goods basically, and I got a scent that is completely different. There was nothing about it in there whatsoever. So I'm just like, did they even really read my survey? Because besides the one item that is the mouse pad, nothing else really feels like it fit. Like even this thing here, my son has his cars in it, which is fine. I knew that was probably gonna happen, but like, I don't think that fit anything that I answered either. It's based on a YA book. It's circusy. I didn't have anything like that really at all. So I'm just very, very confused and very disappointed in this box. And I think the only other thing also, and I did mention this slightly before, is that this book has an overstock mark on it.
Eat a pretzel.
Yeah, eat your pretzel. Which means they got it for cheap. I would not be expecting a book like this to have an overstock mark. I paid like over $45 for this box, and I do not think it was worth it because they did not fulfill the promise that they said that they were going to, which was to have me fill out a personality survey and give me items and a book that fit that survey. Like literally, I don't think anything actually was picked based on my survey, except for maybe the mouse pad, and that might be giving them too much credit. So yeah, again, if they do end up replying about why they picked that book for me, which is, you know, dark, epic, political fantasy, and I don't like any of that really, especially since I never picked any of those kind of books on the survey, I would love to know why they decided to give that to me. So yeah, I guess that's a final check-in because it's been a couple days since I filmed that. I'm getting ready to edit this video, and I literally could not stop thinking about why I'm sort of frustrated with the fact that I paid for this box in expecting them to fulfill their end of the bargain, and it did not happen. Like, yeah. So I guess that is going to be it for today. Let me know if you've heard of this book before. Let me know if it's something that you're interested in. Like, I've never heard of this book before. The cover is totally not my thing. And I don't think I'm actually going to end up hauling it or reading it ever. It'll probably go right back out of my house. But yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I do have videos up right now on Thursdays, so I will see you then. Bye.